I'm feeling low.
Hello there, lemon slices, and welcome back to the Lemonade Stand, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big, huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian 2B. We are assembled here today for you all to watch me react to another IGTV of prominent and controversial celebrity Beachbody super trainer Autumn Calabrese. Before we proceed, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lulz and some dry sarcasm along the way, hit that subscribe button and join the Lemonade Stand. We would sure love to have you here. All right, without further ado, let's make lemonade. So first things first, I'm drinking my favorite Trader Joe's pink lemonade, and I mix it with their pineapple flavored sparkling water. This is good. I think this is only seasonal, and it's summertime right now, so pick this up if you haven't. Oh, and I also have 2 milk chocolate peanut butter cups, also from Trader Joe's. All right, so I want to give some background. I'll try and keep it brief, but I feel like I need to, just so everybody knows what's going on. I know a lot of you already know who Autumn Calabrese is and like what this, and I'm sure a lot of you probably saw this IGTV, but just in case a few people don't, I still like to give background in every single video. So the newest Beachbody nutrition program called the 4 Weeks for Everybody was released a couple months ago back in March. Since then, Beachbody consultants and the company have been going absolute ham with shilling and marketing this thing as if this is the answer to all of humanity's prayers to fix our explosive diarrhea that all of a sudden every Beachbody consultant has since this program was released. Just saying. Beachbody claims that the 4-week gut protocol can help you resolve GI issues, and it is also purported to help you identify food sensitivities you might have. Based on my research of this program and based on what I have seen presented in social media, this is in essence an elimination diet. The monumental issue with this being that elimination diets should always be medically supervised. Doing something that a Beachbody consultant or that a celebrity super trainer told you to do is not the same thing as medical supervision. Now, all of that is well and good. Well, it's not actually good, but it is what it is. However, another thing that's baffling is all these Beachbody consultants constantly showing weight loss before and after photos and showing how many inches they lost from their bodies. If you have a goal of weight loss, that is not inherently a bad thing, in my opinion. That's perfectly fine. But I thought the goal of this was to identify food sensitivities and to help resolve my gas, bloating, and diarrhea. Losing weight, which seems to be something that is very, I don't want to say pushed, but that's being heavily promoted with this program. Losing weight does not mean you cured your gastrointestinal issues. It does not mean you identified food sensitivities. It does not mean your gas, bloating, and diarrhea are now gone forever. It means you ate fewer calories and therefore lost weight because you are a human and science works on you. All of that just says to me, and the many professionals I follow on social media, is that the 4-week gut protocol, in my opinion, is a crash diet that is trying to hide under the veil of gut health. Gut health is very trendy right now, and I think that Autumn, as well as Beachbody, is just trying to capitalize on the trend. And that is my opinion. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Lastly, reminder, Autumn Calabrese calls herself a nutrition expert. However, based on her LinkedIn profile, she attended Webster University where she studied dance. To our knowledge, she does not have any credentials that would qualify her as a healthcare professional or a nutrition expert, i.e. she's not a certified nutrition specialist, she's not a registered dietitian, a medical doctor, a nurse, or anything like that. In addition to that, to our knowledge, her fitness certifications are not even up to date, as is indicated by a lot of places where you look to research her fitness credentials, saying that she, quote, has held, end quote, certain fitness certifications. That language has held leads us to assume that her fitness certifications are no longer current, yet she calls herself a fitness expert as well. To our knowledge, the only certification she has is something called I think it's a holistic health coach certification. I'll put it up on the screen, and that is from the IIN, the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. Go on their website to see if they're accredited. They basically say everything except yes. Also on their website, when they're talking about their health coach curriculum, they use the word biohacking, which, you know, for me is a deal breaker because biohacking is not a thing. It's a thing that health gurus and social media made up. So there's a lot of people who like to argue that Autumn absolutely 100% is a nutrition expert because she has this holistic health coach certification. But in the United States, that would not qualify somebody as a nutrition expert. If a dialysis center were looking to hire a renal dietitian and somebody with the holistic health coach certification went to apply and said, hey, I have this, I'm a nutrition expert, they'd probably laugh in your face. Okay, well, not to your face, but they would throw out your application because no, you're not a nutrition expert with just that certification. If it seems like I'm already a little high strung, it's because I am. My patience has worn thin for dumb fuckery. And the fact that people like Autumn Calabrese have a platform over people who are actual educated professionals continues to mystify and confound me. So, in this video that we're about to watch me react to, Autumn is getting on an IG live and giving tough love to people who are, who may be complaining about their lack of results doing the 4-week gut protocol, or people who don't want to follow it exactly for whatever reason the right way. So, yeah, let's get started.
Good morning, you guys. Happy Tuesday. So, I'm coming on live because I think we need to have a little tough love chat. It's bright and early, at least here in LA, it's bright and early. And my phone has been blowing up. There's a lot of Beachbody coaches that have been reaching out to me, telling me how great 4-week gut protocol is going for them, how good they're feeling. But then I've got some people on the other side saying, hey, can you help me out? My challenger has a question, or they're not really following it. And then I'm here on Instagram, and while I see so many people following it and feeling amazing, because that's what this is all about, I have seen some people posting saying like,
it's all about feeling amazing, but here's 100,000 before and after pictures of people losing weight.
I'm going to follow it my way. And here comes the tough love from Autumn. So, you guys, when an expert takes the time to put something together and does years of research and works with other experts to gather all this information and put it together in one place and say, okay, let's give you something that we feel can truly help you. And then you go, well, I'm going to take bits and pieces of it and try it.
Okay, so I'm not sure what expert she's talking about. She's talking about herself. I don't know, because again, she does call herself a nutrition expert, or if she's talking about these elusive gastroenterologists and registered dietitians who she claims to have worked with to make the 4-week gut protocol. I don't know. The thing about this that's tripping me up is she's like, these people worked hard, and experts worked hard to make this program. They didn't, though. I don't believe that they did. I believe that this is a cookie cutter crash diet that's not so cleverly disguised as a gut health protocol. This is not customized to anyone. They made a one-size-fits-all program that, in my opinion, is designed to just make everyone who does it lose as much weight as possible. A true elimination diet that is designed to identify food intolerances or sensitivities is 100% customized to the individual. The GI doctor and the dietitian that you're working with to do your elimination diet would not just give you a PDF document, say, do this exactly like this, and then send you on your way. The 4-week gut protocol is not customized to anybody. A true medically supervised elimination diet to help GI problems and to help identify food sensitivities is tailored to the individual.
But I'm not going to do it your way because your way makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to have to give up everything. So I'm going to do a little bit of what you say, but I'm not going to do all of what you say. And then in a few weeks, you're going to come back to me and you're going to go, it didn't work. And I'm going to go, you know why it didn't work? Because you didn't do it my way. I have people going like, oh, I'm not going to follow the amount of sugar, like reducing the amount of added sugar. Okay, well, added sugar has been shown to have a direct impact on your gut health, to cause inflammation in the body. So if you're not willing to cut down on the added sugar down to the amount that I talk about, then it's probably not going to work as well for you as it would work for somebody who's going to follow it the way I say.
Okay, this is something else that's another big question for me. In this context, what does work mean? Like she was saying, it's not going to work for you. It's not going to, if you don't do what I say, it won't work for you. What exactly do they mean in this context by the word work? If you didn't know anything at all about the 4-week gut protocol, but only saw it on social media, and really all the Beachbody consultants who are talking about this on social media, they're showing before and after pictures of their bodies. If you saw that and you're seeing the before weight, the before picture being heavier and the after picture being a few pounds lighter, then you would think that this is a weight loss diet. So in this context, to me, it seems like they mean it only worked if you lost weight. But I thought the point was to make you feel good and to identify food sensitivities and to help improve your GI health. So what if I do the 4-week gut protocol and I gain 5 pounds, but I think I learned a food that I'm sensitive to. Am I somebody who the program worked for because I gained weight? I'm seeing all these before and after photos of people advertising and marketing the 4-week gut protocol. So I think it's a weight loss diet. So if I do it and I gain 5 pounds, I see that and I'm like, oh man, this didn't work for me. So I just wonder what she means by work in this context. Food for thought. Pun intended.
I have a lot of people saying, oh my God, it's so much food. I can't eat all this food. You guys, there's a reason I tell you to cook your veggies in the first week. Yes, we are eating more veggies. Yes, Coach Tracy. She's like, come on, people. I know. That's what I say too. I'm like, oh my gosh, come on. Yes, you guys, stevia is fine. It's in the notes. It's in the paperwork. It's in the PDFs. Make sure you guys are reading all the information. That's the other thing. Because I have so many people asking me questions and I'm like, I know it's in there. I wrote it. I reviewed it. I watched the videos. I have all my PDFs right here in a binder. I can go in there and find it and tell you guys where the information is. Set yourself up for success. But let me go back to what I was saying about trusting the process and following it the way it's designed. So in regards to a few people saying that they're having trouble eating the amount of food. Yeah, you do get to eat a lot of food because it's healthy food. You're definitely not going to starve.
This is something else that I found interesting. Autumn frequently equates eating healthy food to weight loss, but not necessarily eating at a calorie deficit to weight loss, because that in most healthy humans is what results in weight loss, is a calorie deficit. I have not done the 4-week gut protocol yet. Knowing me, I'll probably do it in the future and document my misery because I'm a glutton for punishment and that's just what we do here on my channel. But from what I've read about it and from what I've observed, the way you calculate out your calories for weight loss comes out to pretty restrictive numbers. And in most people, most adults specifically who are doing this, I hope it's just adults are doing this, will result in weight loss. However, she just said that she's hearing from people that that they're having a hard time eating all the food because she said the program is designed to kind of feed you a lot and like you're quote not going to starve. This is my theory on that. Pretty much all of these Beachbody nutrition programs are geared toward weight loss no matter how much they try and deny it. In a blog post about the 4-week gut protocol by registered dietitian Abby Langer, who actually purchased and reviewed the 4-week gut protocol, she calculated her calories based on the guidelines in the program. If she followed their calculations for weight loss based on the program, she calculated that she'd be eating like 1,100 calories a day. No shit, you're gonna lose weight. Abby Langer is a grown adult female human. You're gonna lose weight eating 1,100 calories a day. But here's the thing. Something that I believe that these Beachbody nutrition programs do, and I believe that they do this intentionally. I believe that they increase the frequency in which you're eating to make you believe that you're eating more food than you actually are. If you watch my series on the 3-day refresh where I dated and documented my experience and I featured my friend, registered dietitian Ali Zozos, there was a point where I was telling Ali like what an average day of eating looked like for me on it. And Ali said, oh wow, that actually surprisingly sounds like a lot of food. But every day I did it, I calculated out my calories. Like I put it in my calorie tracking app because I wanted to know how much I was eating. And I was eating an average of about 850 to 900 calories a day. I told Ali that and she was like, oh wow. Never mind. So I was eating so little energy. I was eating less than 1,000 calories a day, but I was eating so frequently that it seemed like I was eating a lot of food, but really it was quite a pathetic amount of food. So that's what I think the 4-week gut protocol likely does. Again, I haven't done it yet, but that's just my theory. That's what I think they probably do. It has you eating so frequently, probably like every 2 to 3 hours. So it feels like you're eating a lot of food. But in reality, if you were planning to eat your weight loss calories, and you're Abby, for example, you're eating 1,100 calories a day, which is pathetic. 1,100 calories a day is not a lot of calories. That would be considered a LCD or a low calorie diet. That's something that is sometimes done for people who are at an extremely heavy weight in a clinical setting, and it's pretty much always medically supervised. It should be. But if you're just like a regular overall healthy human looking for just at-home weight loss, 1,100 calories a day is really, really low. So for Autumn to say you're not gonna starve, a grown adult female eating 1,100 calories a day, okay, maybe that's not starving per the definition, but 1,100 calories a day is not sufficient. And I feel like I'm theorizing that they probably, in the program with the 4-week gut protocol, they're probably having people eating at a higher frequency to make it feel like you're eating a lot of food when in reality, you're not eating that much.
And you absolutely should be using the containers and following the portions and things like that. But you have to remember, like I said, yes, we're cooking our vegetables in week 1 because we are eating more vegetables. This is why I didn't want to give you guys meal plans, because everybody's body is different. Y'all would be shocked at the amount of healthy food I can eat. My body is used to it. I can break it down. I can process it with my digestive enzymes. I can assimilate it, and it's all good. I've been doing this for a long time.
She just said that like it was like a flex, like it was an amazing, impressive thing. What? You can eat food and then digest it? Somebody call Ripley's, because that is unbelievable. It's not, though. It's not. I'm assuming that Autumn has naturally occurring digestive enzymes in her body. And I'm assuming that she probably has a functioning pancreas. So it's not amazing that you can digest your food. Also gotta love that subtle plug she gave to the digestive enzymes. I assume that's what she was talking about when she kind of pointed over there.
Y'all would be shocked at the amount of healthy food I can eat. My body is used to it. I can break it down. I can process it with my digestive enzymes. I can assimilate it.
As if they're the reason that she can digest her food. What about your pancreas, Autumn, that secretes digestive enzymes into your intestine? What about the digestive enzymes that you already have in your mouth that start to work when you eat? What about the hydrochloric acid that's already in your stomach? That doesn't have anything to do with it? Really? This is not something that I've just seen among Beachbody consultants. I've seen this across other like health and wellness type MLMs that distribute dietary supplements as well. The people shilling the products, which is like in this context, like it's a digestive supplement, a gut health supplement, a digestive enzyme supplement or something like that. They swear that you cannot digest your food unless you use these supplements. Like, your body is broken, you need this digestive enzyme supplement, or else your body can't digest any of your food. Give me your money. The reality of it is, though, that the average healthy human generally has enough digestive enzymes to be able to digest their food without issue, and digestive enzyme supplements and gut health supplements in general, in my opinion, are a complete waste of money. Are GI supplements totally useless? No. Do some people with certain medical conditions really need gastrointestinal support and really need to take like an oral digestive enzyme supplement? Yes, absolutely. But those people are generally working very closely with a team of medical professionals. And also, if somebody really has a condition, for example, cystic fibrosis, people with cystic fibrosis, their pancreas has a really hard time secreting digestive enzymes into their digestive tract to help them digest their food. So those people have to take a prescribed digestive supplement. Now, it's not a Beachbody supplement. It's not Arbonne, what's it called? Arbonne Digestive Health or whatever it is. It's not a supplement that you can just get at GNC. These are medical grade digestive supplements that are actually FDA approved drugs that somebody with cystic fibrosis is being prescribed by their medical doctor. These raggedy ass MLM digestive supplements are not going to cut it for them.
Not everybody is like that. So if I write you a meal plan and I put a lot of cruciferous vegetables on there, broccoli, cauliflower, things that sit a little bit heavier, and you're somebody who's having trouble feeling full and breaking that stuff down, you're going to be going, this doesn't work, I feel huge, I look bloated, and you're not paying attention. If you look bloated, if you're gassy, you're having a reaction to something.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes gas and bloating can be indicative of GI issues or a food intolerance. Yes. But if we go based on the foods that she just said, like cruciferous vegetables, like broccoli and cauliflower, those vegetables are actually well known to cause gas and bloating in most people. This is just a random thought that I'm having right now. They seem to put a lot of weight on the fact that you may be gassy or the fact that you are bloating after a meal. But I guess I just wonder, to what degree of bloating does Autumn determined to be a problem, you know? Because yes, bloating and gas can be indicative of a food intolerance from depending on what you eat, but also after you eat food, it's not like totally abnormal for your abdomen to distend a little bit because you just put a bunch of food in it, right? And then also she said if you're gassy and having bloating after you eat something, then you're having a reaction. I don't know if reaction was the appropriate word to use. When I think of the word reaction, I think of like an allergic reaction, such as anaphylactic shock. And I just feel like if you are in full-blown anaphylactic shock, then being a little bit bloated is probably the least of your worries. So I don't know, maybe she meant like intolerance or sensitivity. And then again, also sometimes bloating after you eat food is like a normal part of being a human. Food for thought. Pun intended. Broccoli and cauliflower are very good for you and they are very nutritious, but they are known to contain compounds that release byproducts that are well known to cause gas and bloating in pretty much everyone. I mean, she didn't say specifically cruciferous vegetables, but I am making that implication because that's what she just said before. Like, if I were to give you cruciferous vegetables, to be like, if cruciferous vegetables make you bloat, then you're having a reaction to it. That's like saying if you get in the shower and you get wet, then you're allergic to water.
Maybe it's something that you're like, that obviously it might be something that you're eating, like one of the other foods.
Okay, I stand corrected. She just said it could be something else. Okay, all right. I retract my previous statements.
Could be eggs, could be nuts, could be something like that.
As you can tell by my facial expression, there was something that I was thinking, but I guess I just didn't take the moment to say it while actually filming the video, so I just want to pop it in right here while I'm editing. She just said it could be eggs or it could be nuts. She's just naming the top 8 common allergens now. Eggs and tree nuts are among the top 8 most common food allergies. So I just found it interesting that she was naming things that people could actually have a serious allergy to, especially tree nuts. Like, if you have an allergy to those things, you should be working with an allergist and not like a Beachbody super trainer, right? I would hope you are. I just thought that was interesting.
Could just be the fact that you're having trouble breaking down the vegetables, hence the digestive enzymes. Maybe, again, if you've been eating them raw, you need to cook them. It might just be that you need to switch up the type of vegetable that you're eating. You might need to eat more leafy greens in the first week or week and a half. Things, and just saute them, guys. You could saute kale, you could saute spinach, you could throw that stuff in a Shakeology, you could blend it up, you could use...
Subtle plug for Shakeology. I've had Shakeology before. I think it tastes like cat litter.
Power greens, if you need that to help you get in those veggies. There's always a way, but you have to be willing to find the way, instead of going, oh my gosh, it's day 3 and it's not working. Like, if that's your immediate reaction, then you're right, it won't work. But it's not called 3-day gut protocol. It's called 4-week gut protocol. And I have said to you guys very specifically over and over that the whole point is for you to tune in to your body and how you're feeling. And if you're feeling really full, you need to look at the foods that you're choosing and go, can I choose things that sit a little bit lighter? Maybe instead of chicken, you want to choose a light white fish. We have our animal proteins and we have our vegan proteins on there. Beans are going to sit a little bit heavier. That's a little harder to break down. So maybe you don't want to go for beans as much. Maybe you want to...
The starches in beans are actually undigestible. But she's saying that like that's something that's unique to the individual. Beans contain a type of polysaccharides that are not digestible to anyone. I guess I'm talking in terms of humans. And I don't know, maybe you were born with some kind of superhuman enzymes that can actually break down the certain polysaccharides. I'm talking in general terms here, you guys. Stachyose and raffinose are the two polysaccharides that are found in beans that are not digestible. Once they get in your gut, they start fermenting in your gut, and the byproduct is gas. And that's how it is for everyone. So I don't know. I feel like, is she trying to imply that like if you do the 4-week gut protocol or take Beachbody's digestive enzyme supplements that you're suddenly going to be able to fully digest beans? Because that's not the case. Those two polysaccharides, raffinose and stachyose, that are found in beans, humans can't digest them anyway. It doesn't matter how many digestive enzyme supplements you take.
Your Shakeology and a tempeh or a tofu, those actually break down a little bit easier than beans. So it's all a part of the process. And what I don't want to do is go on for 20 minutes telling you guys it's a part of the process. I want you to understand it's a part of the process, and you either trust it and follow it like thousands have already. And yes, when I say thousands, I really mean thousands, because I've already taken thousands of people through this protocol before I ever developed it with Beachbody. So you guys, I know.
Hang on. You've taken thousands of people through this protocol? You have? But I thought you said before that you're not doing this by yourself. Because a lot of people have criticized her for being like, you're not a healthcare professional. This is an elimination diet. You shouldn't be taking anybody through this. And she said in that other live that I reacted to, I'll link that below. She said, well, I'm not doing it by myself. I'm working with doctors and dietitians. But wait a second. You just said that you've taken thousands of people through this. I thought you worked with dietitians and doctors. And thousands of people, Autumn, really? I'm not going to say that she's lying because I don't like to call people liars, but that does sound like a gross exaggeration. Thousands, plural, so I'm assuming at least 2,000 people. Really, Autumn? I can't even list more than one person to write down for my emergency contact when I go to the doctor. When they ask me for more than just my husband, I freeze. I guess I could write my parents, but they don't even live in America. I guess I could list Onyx. I trust Onyx to be my emergency contact. I don't know how much I trust Zeus. I definitely don't trust Alpha.
Works. I know it's an adjustment. I know it makes people uncomfortable when we have to change things. But nothing changes if nothing changes. So we got to let go of the excuses. We got to let go of, the complaining on day 2 or 3 or 4 or wherever we're at. And we got to just do it. We got to lock in and do it. And watch how good you feel. Week 1 is always a learning process.
I think that in a certain setting, that this attitude of stop making excuses and like just put your head down and work, I think that sometimes that's an appropriate attitude to have. But it depends on the thing. It depends on the situation. For example, like for me, I'm in a class this summer and it's important that I do well in this class. Do I want to spend a bunch of hours making study guides and like dedicating to studying? Will I make excuses sometimes and do other things when I should be studying? Yeah. But that's the situation where it's like, okay, Brianna, shut the hell up, put your head down, it's time to work, okay? You need to make this work. However, in the context of a social media crash diet, I don't necessarily agree with that. If somebody is out there genuinely trying to lose weight, do people never ever make excuses? No. That's not true. People do make excuses sometimes. But for somebody to just be like, I'm 5 days in and I'm not sure if I'm like enjoying this food. And then Autumn's like, stop making excuses and just do what I say. Okay, well, that's not helpful. Do people make excuses sometimes and they have things that they need to do? Absolutely. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. We've all made excuses and screwed around and done things that we shouldn't have done when we were supposed to be doing thing A. We were screwing around doing thing B. Okay? We've all done that before. But I just feel like in the context of a social media crash diet, I know this is a controversial show, but the show My 600-Pound Life, aside from my personal experiences with with weight and obesity and things in my family, that show is part of the reason why I became so interested in weight science and bariatric care. Sometimes the patients in that show make excuses, okay? Sometimes they just do. I know that show's not perfect. I know a lot of people don't like that show because Dr. Now sometimes is a jerk. I totally agree that he is. I don't think I've seen every episode. I've seen most episodes of that show. And I can recall sometimes where people just flat out are making excuses. It happens sometimes. I can't remember her name, but it was one girl, like she was just being completely non-compliant. And he asked her, how's the diet been going? She said that she didn't have time to eat healthy. She used time as a reason for why she hasn't been adhering to the diet as of late at that point, and as to why she'd missed visits. But in that situation, that's a serious medical situation, and that calls for some tact. That calls for, let's reevaluate, let's follow up with that patient. What can we do to help you? What can we do to make it better? It's not just stop making excuses and just do it. When I get to that point in my career, I don't think it's ever appropriate to talk to a patient like that. What can we do to help you? What can I do to support you and meet you where you are at?
Okay, I saw a bunch of questions. Since I'm on here, let me just see. Can I continue adding chlorophyll to water once a day? Sure. Lots of people feeling amazing. I've had issues losing weight with my thyroid and finally dropped weight, 4 pounds. Fantastic. Love that. Okay. Delaney says it's hard, but I'm trying. I love that. I didn't say it would be easy. Changing will be hard, you guys, but it will get easier as you get further into it. Vegan Recover, okay. Vegan Recover is okay, but just make sure you're watching your added sugars. You're not going to be able to do Vegan Recover, Shakeology, and Energize all in one day. You'll be over on your added sugars. So yes, it's okay, but pay attention.
She specifically said you're not going to be able to do vegan Shakeology, Vegan Recover, Shakeology, and Energize all in one day because you'll go over your added sugars. When I was researching for this video, I actually wanted to check to see how much sugar was in all 3 of these things. Because she said if you do all 3, then you'll be over on your added sugar for the day. So, Vegan Recover has 6 grams of added sugar. Regular chocolate whey Shakeology has 5 grams of added sugar. And 1 scoop of lemon Energize has 2 grams of added sugar. Altogether, that's 13 grams of added sugar. So 13 grams of added sugar is going to put you over your limit for added sugar for the 4-week gut protocol? Okay, listen guys. I always say that all foods can fit into a balanced diet, and that is true for most of us. Obviously, there's exceptions to that for people who may have a medical condition and have to follow a specific diet to treat their medical condition. However, for the regular, overall, healthy human, the occasional Oreo probably won't kill you. Perhaps even a daily Oreo. But when I say that, I am making the assumption that you are practicing moderation and having 1 or 2, maybe 3 Oreos and not the entire bag, right? Added sugar is one of those things that should be moderated because of the source of extra calories that foods with added sugars tend to provide. All that being said though, 13 grams is not that much added sugar. I heard 13 grams and I thought that sounded very, very stringent. And I actually thought right off, that sounds like actually far within the range of like recommended added sugar intake. So I actually double checked. According to the American Heart Association, the current recommendations for daily added sugar intake are no more than 25 grams for women and 36 grams for men. Autumn said that Vegan Recover, Shakeology, and Energize will put you over your added sugar limit for the 4-week gut protocol. And remember, according to my calculations, I calculated 13 grams of added sugar for all 3 of those things. 13 grams of added sugar is well within the American Heart Association recommendations for men and women. That just makes me wonder what exactly the 4-week gut protocol says is the limit for added sugar. If she says 13 grams is over that, why is someone who's not treating / managing a medical condition, why does someone need to limit their added sugar intake that strictly? Obviously, you guys, there are reasons why someone would need to, okay? Obviously. But we're not talking for the special cases. We're not talking about for people treating a medical condition. We're not talking about people who have certain diseases that have to restrict their sugar intake. We're talking about regular, average people who are in overall good health. So if she says 13 grams is over. Excuse me. Okay, Zeus is in here now. Love how he really just burst in here and he was just like, I'm in here now. Just laid down behind me. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, 13 grams seems very stringent and I'm just noticing that.
Is the fermented blueberry supposed to taste like salt? No. You might have been off on the salt measurement, or maybe they didn't ferment fully, but they shouldn't be salty. Yeah, they shouldn't be salty. They'll be tart, like they'll pungent a little bit more like a fermented food. And fermented food is salty, so they're going to taste a little saltier, but it shouldn't taste overwhelmingly salty. Fermenting takes a little work on there, guys, so maybe try it again, I would say. Hi, Becky. She says, just do the damn thing. Yes. Lori, we can do hard things. Yes. I'm sleeping so much better. Great. Yes. Collagen. Yes, you can have it. Absolutely. Down almost 15 pounds and feel amazing. Wow, Laura, that's fantastic. Congratulations. Loving the workouts, loving 4-week gut protocol. Mandy says, trust the process and creator. My entire life has changed in just 2 weeks. Dairy-free yogurt. Yes, it's on the list, y'all. It's on the blue list. Check it out. There's parameters around it. Meaning amount of added sugar, amount of calories, amount of fat that is in there. So check that out. Make sure you're reading those materials. When do the supplements come back? We should be getting a round of supplements in April. It's not going to be a huge amount. I know that. But we're getting supplements in April. We'll get more in May. And then I know by this summer, the supply chain should be fully caught up. You guys, it's not a Beachbody thing. It's a supply chain thing. With all that's going on in the world, we're getting in as much as we can, as fast as we can, but it is coming. Are dates okay? Yes, they are. Check your freebies and your substitutions list. It's on there. You guys, this is, let me just say this. The number one thing you should be doing is before you start the program, this is why prepping is so important and why I say things like being prepared isn't half the battle, it is the battle. Because most of the questions I'm getting asked are in the materials, which means maybe you didn't go through them with a fine-tooth comb. And I get it. We get really excited. We want to dive in and we do want to just do the damn thing. But you can't do the damn thing if you haven't done the thing that allows you to do it. If you haven't really sat and watched your videos, taken notes. Listen, if you have not printed out all of your PDFs, right? And looked through these food lists and gone, okay, what's a red A? What's a red B? I feel like a teacher in school right now. Yellow, blues. Look, coconut almond yogurt. It's right here. It's on the blue list. It's right there. You guys, teaspoons, nut butters, freebies, milk bases, so Shakeology bases. What does almond milk count as? What does coconut milk count as? What is rice milk? What is coconut water? It's all right there. Freebies, substitutions, dried apricots, dried figs, dried goji berries, cherries, prunes, medjool dates. It's right there. Go through your materials. Like myself and the team, we take...
Jesus. I'm getting flashbacks right now from the damn 21-day fix. The list of allowed foods was so frustrating to deal with. And then, like, what if the food you wanted to eat wasn't on the list? Then what? Do you just eat it and then risk falling into a wormhole and disappearing forever? So frustrating. For me, this is even further evidence that this is just a cookie cutter plan. This is not customized to anybody. I mean, I think that's obvious at this point. There's a list of allowed and disallowed foods. It'd be different if we were talking about an actually medically supervised diet, okay? But we're not. This is a crash diet, in my opinion. Also, I'm sure you all just picked up on that. The way she's talking to us right now, if she were a real expert or a professional, she would not be talking to people like this. She shouldn't be. Telling them, it's right there, look at the list.
I gave you a list.
Someone working with a real professional doing an elimination diet would have one-on-one time with that professional to talk with them about what's working and what's not. Now, I'm not going to totally bust her balls here. If you are doing a medically supervised elimination diet, I'm sure, I've never done it before. If you've done one before, if you're currently doing one, chime off below. I bet they probably gave you some type of literature to look through. And if they did, yes, it is important to look through it and prepare. You know, don't just get it and then ignore it. I do agree that it's important to look through it and, like, read what they give you because they're trying to provide you with the information so you have it. But I just can't imagine working with a professional, an actual expert, and asking a question and they're just screeching on a live about, it's right there, look at your list.
So much time we go through this stuff, like the coffee bar, how much honey you can have, how many teaspoons you can have, stevia, it's right there. You guys are asking me questions that are in the PDFs. Take the time and go through them. That is what sets you up for success, because I'm not always going to be on a live where you can ask me the question and I'm going to answer you. Good morning, my love. My son's up, he's going to go work out. The point is that the information is there. If you don't take the time to go through it, you're not going to have the answers and you haven't set yourself up for success. So that is my Tuesday, day 2, tough love. Down, put a shirt on, honey. It's freezing out there. Stop cold. Oh my God, this child. It's like 45 degrees outside. All right, whatever. Teens will be teens. Anyways, day 2, that's my tough love. I hope you guys have a great day. And most importantly, I hope you go print out those PDFs and go through them and start using them. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
45 degrees isn't that cold. And this is coming from somebody who has been living in the South for like the last 10 years. I currently live in Texas. We moved here from Florida. We moved to Florida from North Carolina. I moved to North Carolina from Southern California. But I was actually raised more up north. My mom is from Brooklyn, and I have family in like New York, New Jersey area. And I spent a lot of time up north growing up. And yeah, 45 degrees. I mean, it's brisk. That's not that cold. Anyway, all right, that was that. That was Autumn's tough love talk. Personally, I found it to be pretty condescending, especially toward the end there. My issues with the 4-week gut protocol still stand. I think that Beachbody and Autumn are just hopping on the whole gut health trend. I think the 4-week gut protocol is just a crash diet and it's just disguised as a way to help improve GI health. Yeah, I think they're just hiding behind that veil of gut health. It's misleading and the messaging overall is very poor in my opinion. They always say it's about feeling good, it's about identifying food sensitivities, blah, blah, blah. Okay, then why are you and all of these hundreds of thousands of coaches who are shilling it online and talking about it on Instagram, why are all of you showing before and after photos of your weight? Why are all of you showing how much fat you've lost? Weight loss does not mean you improved your GI health. Weight loss does not mean that you identified food sensitivities. Weight loss does not mean that you reduced your inflammation. It means you ate less food and thus lost weight, because you're a human. I'm not gonna sit here and bust its balls in favor of the program. I do think a positive aspect is the fact that eating vegetables is encouraged. That's good for all of us. Veggies are very nutritious. You should eat them. But at the end of the day, I still personally don't ever condone a crash diet like this, especially one that claims to help improve GI health and claims to help you identify food sensitivities. That's a big claim on its own, but then you go on it and then you calculate out your calories for weight loss, which why is weight loss even brought up if the point is gut health, by the way? And then it has you eating 1,200 calories a day. I'll say it one last time here before I close things out. I think Autumn and Beachbody are just hopping on the gut health trend and just riding it out as long as they can. And that's my opinion. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. This glass is empty. If you made it to the end of this video, type diarrhea in the comments and gross everybody out who left early. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you learned a little something. And if you didn't learn anything, at the very least, I hope you were entertained. Please consider hitting the like button if you enjoyed this video, and maybe even subscribe if you enjoyed me and want to see more shenanigans. Thank you very much once again for making it to the end of this video if you did, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hey. Zeus. Hello. What's up, dog? Whoa, Zeus. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Ah! What's up? What's up? Do you want to tell everybody about how last night me and Zeus were spooning and I was starting to fall asleep while cuddling him? And we don't allow them to sleep on the bed, but this one is very stealthy and he sneaks on the bed a lot of the times. So me and him were starting to fall asleep while we were spooning. And I kick him off the bed, tell him to get down, and he got in his own bed. And why did I wake up and he was in between me and my husband, under the covers? How'd you do that? How do you do that? How are you so stealthy? I don't understand how he does that. Do you have pets that do that? And if you do have pets that do that, how big are they? Because Zeus is about 50, he'll be 7 years old this summer, and he's yet to break 55 pounds. So he's always between like 53 and 55 pounds. And he is so stealthy. Like, he just has light feet. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Thank you, thank you. He just has light feet and can step light. And he can just like stealthily sneak on the bed without waking up myself or my husband. Oh, you guys can see. I'm wearing overalls, but I took them down for the so look at me. Oh. You want to say bye? Say bye. Not on the mouth. No, we're not doing that. Say bye. Bye.